Mother dear, I'm writing you from somewhere in France, hoping this finds you well. Sergeant says I'm doing fine, a soldier and a half. Here's a song that we'll all sing, it'll make you laugh. We're gonna hang out the washing on the Siegfried line.
Hello everyone, Elite Golden here with turn 12 of Operation Valkyrie, the British and French turn. So we got a lot of battle arrows here today, and I suppose movement arrows. I probably could print up some other colored arrows to symbolize not combat movement, but that's for later. A lot of movement, a lot of moving parts, so let's get right into it. Got a good feeling about technology rolls this turn for the Allies. They've been really having a tough time, really haven't made a lot of success recently in the last, well, few years. So, got a real good feeling about this. First things first, Britain is going to be going for improved construction and long-range aircraft. An even greater threat to the Allies than the Axis powers, the most elusive technology in our game. The Germans were lucky enough to get it, but let's see if the Allies will get it this turn. All right, first up, improved construction. Looking for a 7 or better, but I've got a +1. That's a 2. All right, maybe it's not looking so good. So, the next one, long-range aircraft. Looking for an 8 or better, but I've got a +1. No good, that's a 6. All right, maybe the Allies aren't quite investing in technology as much as they should have been this game. But let's get right into it. So first things first, I got a new way of tracking convoy losses. So I'm gonna put them up in the top corners here. So the Brits have lost 2 to the Italians, and the Far East Command has lost 1 to the Japanese. All right, the British are going to be purchasing a militia upgrade, as well as 2 infantry and a colonial. Oh, interesting. I have that mathed out way wrong. So that should actually be 3 infantry and a colonial, because 2 infantry is 6 plus the colonial is 10. Well, that's 10. I've got 3 left over. So let's get ourselves another infantry. Let me just grab a chip real quick. All right. Then, using the rest of our money, we're going to be lend-leasing a tank destroyer to the French. The Far East Command is purchasing a militia, 2 Gurkhas, and a medium armor. And Anzac is going to be purchasing a marine and a submarine. All right, that's that. So let's get into this. By the British, there is going to be a daring maneuver done by taking 1 infantry, the other infantry, and artillery into Alsace-Lorraine, as well as the entirety, well, actually, no, not the entirety, my apologies. From southern England, 1 fighter and 2 tactical bombers are going 1, 2, 3, gonna land in Paris for the 4th. So I'll pull those guys over. They'll have an extra movement, so why not? And this medium bomber 1, 2, 3 is going to bomb the factory in Western Germany. So there's that. I think that's the combat there. Yes. Then we'll have, moving on here, yeah, I'll get some dice ready for that. I'll just open the dice. There we go. Then moving on into the Belgian Congo, it's $1, so we'll fight you for it. 3 colonials from Rhodesia heading up into the Belgian Congo. Yes, that's it for Britain proper. Then over here, this 1 infantry is walking into southern Iran with Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, I'll just go back to Delhi. Actually, is there even a... is there an airbase? I've had stuff in... oh, I don't think there is an airbase in Calcutta. Nope, there's not an airbase in Calcutta. All right. Well, that's good to know. Cool, cool. So let me just recount some things. 1, 2, 3. So they can make it. They'll just have to land in Punjab. Yeah, let's take it. Let's do it. We're gonna send the entire Air Force there. So they're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and there is no airbase. That's my bad, but no worries. They still make it. So that's 1 infantry, 1 fighter, and 2 tactical bombers up against the German militia and Italian infantry. Oh, yeah. Shucks. Here, I'll do some housekeeping here real quick. I totally forgot to do the housekeeping at the beginning of the video. Okay, so first things first. This submarine that was supposed to go to P-50 cannot make it. It's got to go to P-42. There's no sub base, and so it's stuck at 3 movement. That is one rule that has been plaguing us this whole time. We keep forgetting that. Second thing, Cochin, China was a success for the Japanese. They hit a 2, and the Gurkha hit a 5, but it's not mountain, so they don't actually get that hit. And Major Foe is mistaken in the thought that there was only 2 Gurkhas in British Malaya. We were having a conversation about if it was a city tile or not, and it is not. So there was not an extra hit scored in that combat. So Jinx rolled the battle out correctly in his video. What was incorrect was that he said that we may have to redo it, and that I made a mistake in my video. So we're square actually on that part, and that is these. Use these nuclear blast markers to remind myself that there are things to go over, and that should cover it. Yes, I don't think the Far East Command has any attacks against the Japanese. Very, very cool. So let's get into it. You know what? Why not? Let's do the crazy one over here in Iran. I just think it's kind of crazy. So 2 target selects, 1 infantry, those guys. I'm just grabbing everything to attribute them. So, okay. So here are the dice. So the militia is I mean, I can roll this all at once, but I'm not going to. Just it's easier for everybody. The militia will be black, they're looking for a 2. The infantry will be green, they're looking for a 4. My infantry will be white, looking for a 1 because it's mountain territory. The fighter is going to be blue, it's looking for a 6 or less. And these tactical bombers are going to be red. And they've got a little target select guy on them. So, all right. Here we are. All right, so here's my dice. Infantry, 2 tacks, and a fighter. That's a 9, 10, 5, and probably a 2, so that'll be a target select against the infantry, but only 1 hit, and so here's their reply. 1 hit, that'll be the taken on the infantry. And no sense trying to strafe that militia. So I'll be retreating out of that, and the fighters, or well, the air power heads to Punjab. All right, well, that was fun. Now let's go on to the other fight for the British. That will be, so that's the German militia. And you know what, here, let's do this in a little better way. All right, so first things first, here's a first strike from the artillery. 2, all right, done, easy. I like those kind of battles. Didn't need my air power at all. So there's that. That will be reclaimed in the name of the French, and so they're going to go up $3. I'm just going to do that right now because I actually will be doing the French turn in succession to this, or succession. Okay, and then the aircraft. Okay, I just moved the aircraft right now, so they're going back. French go up, Germans go down. And now for the medium bombers strategic bombing. So here goes. Miss and 4 damage. The anti-aircraft missed and 4 damage. Let's see, I don't think I really have any damage markers, so I'll just grab some chips. And then one of these flames, I suppose. Okay. And then the medium bomber flies to Paris as well. Oh yes, one more combat. Let's do the battle for the Belgian Congo. All right, so 3 British colonials up against 1 Italian infantryman. And let me just look over the board real quick to make sure that that's actually my last combat, like I said it would be, and it appears to be. So here goes. Misses all around. I'm looking for 2s. He's looking for a 4. There's his hit, and those are high numbers. So I lose a colonial, and we roll again. There's his hit, and oh boy. So I've lost 2. The going's not so good. I think I'll retreat out of that, because that's no sense in losing all of them for no reason. So I'm gonna retreat out of that. All right. Now on to non-combat movement. So let's start with the Anzac, just while I kind of got the camera over here. The Anzac fleet is going 1, 2 up into P67, and they're going to bring that infantry and artillery up to New Guinea with the transport. And so the fleet's there. Then this this motorized from Sydney is going 1, 2 to Queensland. And is this a good idea? Let's see. No, we're going to keep the infantry there. But we will have 1 infantry from Sydney come out to New South Wales. And then the other infantry that was in South Australia is also headed to New South Wales. So that is it for Anzac. Let's head on over to here. So yep, these planes have already gone there to Punjab, and they'll have to sit tight. And then we're gonna rail 1 of these infantry to Calcutta. That's it for the Far East Command. And now over here, the bulk of these forces are going to begin consolidating in South Africa, and so the 1 colonial that had to retreat is now in Rhodesia. So he's got to sit tight because he did a bad job. So he's in some hot water. All right. So yep, Alsace-Lorraine has been taken for the French. The entirety of the British Air Force is now in Paris, and the last things to do for them is to shuttle over the next group of troops. So this mountain infantry in Scotland is getting railed down to southern England. This militia is also moving down to southern England, and then 2 infantry get up on 1 transport and go to Picardy. And these 2 infantry, so 2 infantry from London and then now 2 from southern England, go to Picardy as well. All right, fantastic. That's it for the British. Let's place. So militia upgrade. Yes, militia upgrade will be done to the one of the militia in southern England. Well, I suppose more specifically the one who didn't move. So we're gonna take that guy off the board and put an infantry in its place, as well as these 3 infantry going into London, that major factory right there. The tank destroyer being lend-leased to France into Normandy. Oops, there we go. Now he's right side up. And then all the way down here in South Africa, the colonial infantry. All right, that is it for the British. They are at $19 if I'm not mistaken, and I don't believe I am. So they collect 19. 1, 2, 3, 4. 19 bucks. Moving on to the Far East Command. Boy, this video is going to be pretty long. So, in the factory, there's going to be a medium tank, and in Burma, 2 Gurkhas and a militia. Yeah, there's a mountain border right there. Yep. Yep. That's where they shall go. And then, so similarly, they're at 10 bucks, and so they'll collect 10 bucks. 10 bucks for them. All right, now on to the Anzac. Theirs is also pretty easy. Marine into Sydney, and submarine into P-72. All right, so that's that. Oh, also, well, I suppose collecting. So they're at 7, but they've got no warships within 2 sea zones, so they collect their 9 plus the 3 they saved. All right, now in France, France lost their capital and, well, subsequently gained it back last turn. But regardless, they lost their bank, so they don't have any money, so they're not going to spend anything. But, well, we do have that guy that will get placed from France being a world power. So, here we are. First thing is first. This submarine, sorry, you can't see that. From A46, 1, 2, 3, heading to M4, and he's going to convoy raid. So we'll do that. Where did I put that green dice? Aha, found it. All right, that's for later though. We also have another attack, and that is, so this fighter in Northern Algeria, 1, 2, 3, 4, still has 1 movement because it's got a an air base. And then this militia, as well as this artillery, is going to Aquitaine. And I now realize that I'm actually forgetting something. And that is the French technology roll. So let me just real quick bring you over here. So, before France fell, they were at stage 2 for advanced mechanized infantry. Here goes the continuation of that. A 12. Dear Lord, what is France up to? All right. So be it. So be it, France. All right. Yes, that is all the attacks. So let's get straight into it. First thing is first. Let's do the easy one, the convoy rating. Green is the good guys. Here goes. All right, that's well, all $1 off of the Italians. So take that. I'll just grab one of these flame markers, put it right there. Cool. Then we've got the assault into Aquitaine. So this will be for the artillery first strike. All right, well, we hit again. Very nice, I appreciate that. So no rebuttal from the Germans. And I'll need another French flag. Germans go down one, and the French go up one. Bit of a money-making round for the French, I suppose. So then, that shall be the non-combat time now. All right, so let's kind of start down here. This French Foreign Legion goes 1 into Tunisia. This submarine that stayed goes 1, 2, 3 up to M5. He's gonna go meet up with some friends in Yugoslavia, I suppose. Then, oh geez, oh my bad, I almost pushed you over. Let's go here now. These 3, all right, so these guys are in Aquitaine now. So this fighter heads to Paris. These 3 French militia scoot over to Alsace-Lorraine. This French infantry in Picardy goes to Alsace-Lorraine. And this tank destroyer goes 1, 2 into Alsace-Lorraine. Kind of gonna start trying to pull up some of these arrows here. Perfect. Oh yes, of course. And then the French battleship and destroyer 1, 2 off to the coast of Portugal, and that's A35. Very fun, very fun. I'm looking over the board and I think I've moved almost every French piece I had. So that'll do it for the French. They will collect $14 this turn. Well, allow me to place this French Foreign Legion real quick. It will go in Tunisia. So now the French can collect their rightfully earned $14. Not too shabby at all. So yeah, that'll definitely do it for me, Elite Golden, this turn. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll hand it on over to Jinx. Jinx with the Italian turn, and then I'll see you again right away for the American turn. Later, everyone.